This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, Alexandra's Salvation Army store is being forced to spend time and money dealing with unsuitable donations. An unused historic building at Dunedin's Wharf is set to sparkle with life again come January. And a move to recycle its own glass as part of an ongoing learning curve for a young Catlins business. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Holly Buchanan. Alexandra's Salvation Army family store says it's being swamped by donations which aren't fit to pass on to a good home. The stained and ripped clothing arriving at the Atarbert Street store is having to be dumped, a process that costs the organisation a lot of money, time and energy.
Sorting out the racks of clean and tidy clothes in the recently enlarged Salvation Army store in Alexandra. Manager Dawn Mee says they're grateful for the donations that have come from the local community.
The generosity that they have shown to us over the past few years, it's enabled our store to actually expand.
But since dump fees have gone up, they've noticed an increase in donations of clothes which are stained or torn and simply not fit for resale.
When you're cleaning out your drawers, take a little bit of time and decide, if my children aren't wearing that because it's got a hole in it, then nobody else's child is going to wear it because it's got a hole. And that's basically the rule of thumb. If you're not going to wear it, maybe somebody else won't either.
The process of throwing out unsuitable donations is heartbreaking for the staff and volunteers, and a charity is having to bear the cost of dumping the rubbish.
And we don't want you to stop donating to us, we just want you to be a bit more mindful. Our dump bills are horrendous at times. It was 400 odd kilos this morning.
The family store staff are taking a holiday over the Christmas break, with the shop reopening in the second week of January. In Alexandra, for The South Today.
2 Dunedin men have been sentenced to jail after stealing a car from outside a student flat and using it in the audacious ram raid of a nearby liquor store. Ricky Allen Joseph Gawn and Mark Weir Mitchell scoped out Super Liquor in North Dunedin on March the 20th. The pair then stole a nearby Nissan station wagon and drove to the entrance of the liquor store. As the security camera footage shows, after the driver lined up the vehicle with the doors, he slammed it into them 3 times until the barrier collapsed. They dashed in and came away with over $6,000 worth of cigarettes and left behind $11,000 worth of damage. The burned out car was later found by police. The court heard Gawn and Mitchell committed the offence to fund their drug habits. Gawn was jailed for 2 years and 8 months and disqualified from driving for 3 years. Mitchell received 18 months with a 2-year driving ban. The unused historic loan and mercantile building at Dunedin's Wharf is set to sparkle with life again in January. Organisers of the Dunedin Midwinter Carnival are planning to light up the building with a mix of lanterns, projections, music and performance.
Plenty of room to put on a show. Performance artist Rochelle Brophy tries out a few moves in the huge warehouse space, which is set to be turned into a dazzling display of lanterns and much more.
This time we're including a lot of artists, sound artists and video projections and things like that to make this event absolutely spectacular.
The lanterns will be the same ones featured in Dunedin's Midwinter Carnival, and the summertime event is another step towards them becoming a permanent installation.
We started off with Midwinter Carnival and we moved on to autumn lights and spring lights, and now we have summer lights, so we're actually creating a program that runs pretty much all year round with something pretty special.
The empty building is in the process of being renovated and is being loaned to the carnival by Dunedin businessman Russell Lund, who has provided storage for the lanterns over many years.
We've got some of the most amazing creatives delivering on the experience, and working with creative people like Russell to have a vision for their building while it's still in its embryonic stages is a pretty cool thing to be doing.
The Summer Lights event is set to be held at the end of January and aims to raise funds towards a more permanent display of the carnival's lanterns. In Dunedin, for the South Today.
A family of 6 has moved into some of Dunedin's best golfing real estate, and plenty of birdies are on the cards. The mum, dad and 4 children, all blackbirds, have set up their nest right outside the Otago Golf Club Pro Shop. The Pro Shop's manager, Judy Blackman, says twigs and branches began turning up on top of the pillars outside the shop in November. She says a couple of weeks later a nest was built with 4 chicks hatching in early December. Last Thursday the chicks opened their eyes and yesterday they were flapping their wings preparing to fly. Blackman says the birds aren't too disturbed by their spot in front of the shop or the many golfers coming and going. A move to recycle its own glass is part of an ongoing learning curve for a young Catlins business. The Port Molyneux School event venue in Kaka Point is set to welcome thousands of merrymaking guests between now and March as it enters its second summer wedding season. For the owners, it's a chance to make a positive difference to the Catlins environment.
Turning glass bottles into environmentally friendly sand. Co-owner of the Port Molyneux School event venue, Jade McNabb, demonstrating how their new portable glass recycling device works.
We decided we were just going through so many bottles and not having a great source of being able to recycle them, being able to get rid of them very easily, and it was just really sad to see the amount of bottles that were going into wheelie bins and just being taken away.
She says they estimate guests will toast their way through more than 6,000 bottles of wine and beer as they enter their second summer wedding season at Kaka Point in the Catlins. When she and her husband realised last year what a significant environmental impact it was having, they decided to do something about it in time for the new season.
And what we're going to do is use the sand for landscaping around here, filling in holes, but we are going to end up with quite a bit. So we're happy for anyone to come and pick it up, use it however they want to.
She says there's no curbside recycling collection for glass in Clutha. It was all being sent to the landfill, which didn't sit right with them. So they bought the bottle crusher from a Marlborough company for $6,000.
We just wanted to make sure that any success that we have through our business is not at the expense of any other individual, any other business or our local environment.
She says the crusher is quick to use and converts around 600 bottles an hour. In the Catlins, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today, the Dunedin leg of Navy the Nautical French Cats Round the World adventure has come to an end, and we catch up on fundraising concerts by a quintet of musical healthcare workers.
Need to rent an EFTPOS? Whether it's just a week or the whole season, maybe a pop-up store, a concert or event, Anything's POS have equipment available to suit your needs for retail and hospitality with local support. To rent, lease or buy, contact Anything's POS.
Merry Christmas.
It's always really satisfying when a customer comes back after doing a purchase of outdoor furniture and knowing that we've got it done right.
Hi folks, it's me again. My friend Lindsay at Alec Campbell Menswear and all his team in the 3 stores, Mosgiel, South Dunedin and Cromwell, wish you a Merry Christmas. It's a wee message from him. And from me, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
It's that time of year. It's time to get into the garden and it's time to get your weed eater. Down here at the Power Garden Department at Andersons Bay Road, this year it's all about the cordless weed eater. Come down and see us at Mitre 10 Mega and we'll help you get it done right.
Spring is here and it's time to get in the garden. Ready Lawn will take care of your lawn needs, making lawn care a snap. They will install the perfect lawn while you plant your favourite flowers and vegetables. Call Ready Lawn today so you can enjoy the coming season.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
My elves and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. Emergency services have rescued a man trapped in a car which left the road and ended up down a bank in the outskirts of Mosgiel this morning. Police say they were called to the crash in Stedman Road near the Otago Aero Club at around 10 a.m. A person with moderate injuries ended up trapped in the car which was down a bank. St John's say the man was transported to Dunedin Hospital in a moderate condition after being hoisted from the car in a Stokes basket. The Dunedin leg of a nautical French cat's round-the-world adventure has come to an end. Navy the Cat arrived earlier this month aboard his skipper's damaged yacht, which limped into the harbour requiring urgent repairs. Navy was locked up in a cage when the yacht arrived in Dunedin after MPI staff got wind of the feline crew member. He was then transferred to a secure quarantine facility in Dunedin while the yacht was repaired. The cat's owner, Francis Tolan, is taking part in a voyage commemorating the 50th anniversary of the first solo non-stop round-the-world yacht race. Tolan and a fellow French competitor set sail from Otago Harbour yesterday afternoon. A group of healthcare workers who also happen to be musicians have held a couple of fundraising concerts at two hospitals. Last week, the quintet of latter-day rock musicians entertained up at Whakari Hospital, and this week they filled the foyer at Dunedin Public Hospital with sound.
Peaking around 76 decibels, the Busman's Holiday Hospital Band raising funds for flood relief by entertaining a transient audience of hospital workers and patients. Keyboardist and occupational therapist at Whakari Hospital, James McAndrew, says the band came together to raise funds for needy people at Christmas.
Well, we were going to do this for floods for the Indian flood fund, but the DHB did their own fundraising. So this money's going to the Henley Fund. There are 3 houses out there apparently that don't have. They can't, well, at least two of them can't get to their houses. So I don't know how much we're going to make today. We're probably about $100, and that'll go into the flood fund.
The band members are all healthcare workers, ranging from a courier driver to a psychologist and a trio of occupational therapists. It's the band's second gig, following a lunch hour jam at Whakari.
Yes, we did played there on Friday, and we got more people at Whakari because of the seats, and people were eating and having a good time.
But he says not everyone was happy with the idea of the band playing in the public hospital foyer.
When we were going to do this, there was a few people, the cafe owners weren't very happy about it because they thought we might crowd the place up while the opposite happened. There was probably less people here than normal. I don't know, this is pretty quiet to me.
McAndrew says the charity fundraising gigs may not be their last, as the Busman's Holiday Hospital Band has been offered the opportunity to play again.
Yeah, lady just offered us a gig out at Waitati. So, I mean, you know, from acorns, you know, oak trees
may grow. So it seems there's life in these seasoned musicians yet. In Dunedin, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, we continue our look back at the major news events of 2018 and we take a look at what the weather's planning to do as we head towards Christmas.
What a wonderful year. No more neck pain, shoulders are great, back, all pain's gone. Sciatica, not a problem. What a great year my customers had. Happy New Year and see you in 2019.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren, his Garrador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Want a bike to work but the wind and hills have gotten you down? Come in and see our team at Electrify 249 Cumberland Street. Tell us you saw this ad and we'll throw in a bell helmet and an Oxford lock for free. Sorted.
Firstly, happy Christmas to everybody. I just want you to spare a thought for those in our community who are in need at this time of year, and maybe keep an eye out for somebody that you can help over the Christmas period. My office is going to close from the 21st, Friday the 21st of December. It'll reopen on Monday the 14th of January, and in the meantime, please, all of you, have a great Christmas. Have a great time with your family and friends and take some time out.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Season's greeting from Harroways. Enjoy your summer snacking with our new Harroways Harrows Oat Bites. These are available at participating New Worlds and Pack and Saves. Most of us have spots on our skin. That's quite normal. Finding skin cancer as early as possible is key to successful treatment. Book in for a free check of 1 to 2 moles or a comprehensive full body check with the Mole Doctor in Waverley.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. In the lead up to Christmas, we're taking a look back at the news highlights over the last 12 months. October was a month that saw Housing Minister Phil Twyford visiting the south to see the first of over 200 Kiwi-built homes being built in Wanaka. The region mourned the death of 14-year-old Zara Blackie, who was killed by a hit-and-run driver in Oamaru. And there were again calls for Kavanagh College to change its name following historical sexual offending under the watch of Bishop Kavanagh.
A large crowd of revellers turned up for the annual Dog Derby at Coronet Peak. Around 65 competitors and their dogs crashing down the slopes in 2 races. The Townie category followed by the Country category, with first-time entrant Matthew Pajerski and his dog Abbo claiming victory.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be so slippery, but that was pretty good. You just sat on your bum and slid down early.
Housing Minister Phil Twyford visited Wanaka to see the first of over 200 Kiwi-built homes to be built at the North Lake subdivision.
The typical house price in this district now exceeds that of Auckland, and the effects of that are horrendous, particularly on the people who need to do the work that keeps our visitor economy ticking over.
Video footage came to light of tourists getting too close and provoking sea lions on Otago beaches. The New Zealand Sea Lion Trust advised people to stay over 10 metres away from resting sea lions, or 20 metres if the animal is active.
But if you can give them more space than that, then please do. They're resting on the beach. There's a reason that they need their rest, so we need to respect them for that. Conservation
Minister Eugenie Sage visited Dunedin with plans to eradicate possums from the Otago Peninsula and significantly reduce pests in the hills around the Orokonui Eco Sanctuary.
It's a real partnership to protect our Indigenous plants and wildlife. We need to do it together. DOC can't do it on its own, so it's working with councils, with iwi, with hapu, with community organisations, businesses and landholders.
It's the first South Island area to receive funding for predator eradication from government-owned Predator Free 2050 Limited. The region was rocked when 14-year-old Zara Blackie was killed by a hit-and-run driver in Oamaru. More than 600 people paid tribute to the teenager at a funeral held at the Oamaru Elim Church. A 30-year-old Oamaru man was convicted for the hit-and-run and remains on bail until sentencing on February the 27th. 2 former pupils of Kavanagh College called for the name of the school to be changed following an ODT Insight investigation into historical sexual offending by Catholic clergy under the watch of Bishop Kavanagh.
We had a great time at high school, got many fond memories of this place. Something that was always present in our school is the values of respect, service, justice and truth. At this present time, because of the revelations about Bishop Kavanagh's complicity with perpetrators of abuse, we believe that it's not appropriate to associate his name with those values.
The Rotary Club's 7th annual duck race in Dunedin saw the little plastic ducks battling a slack current and head-on breeze. Eventually, surf lifesaving volunteers had to be called on to help the competitors make their way down the stream. The race was held at the bottom of the Leith due to construction projects further upstream.
We did actually operate from here in our very first duck and race and second race too, I think.
The event raised between $30,000 and $40,000 for charity. And real ducks stopped traffic on Dunedin's southern motorway. Police responded to calls reporting a mother and her ducklings waddling along the barrier of a busy southbound lane. Constables Chris Parsons and Matt Sheet, helped by members of the public, eventually encouraged the duck family safely off the highway.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Alexandra's Salvation Army store is being swamped with unsuitable donations not fit for resale, and they're asking people to only send clothes fit for sale. An unused historic building at Dunedin's Wharf is set to sparkle with life again come January, when it's the venue for a summer lights event. And a move to recycle its own glass is part of an ongoing learning curve for a young Catlins business who are keen on the clean green message. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page.
Good evening. Yeah, we've got an interesting story about plans for a new tourist development in Alexandra.
Oh, okay.
It's going to involve a replica miners' village and an outdoor water slide.
Right.
It's about $3.4 million development they're talking, and it's going to be down by the river, obviously, near where the Manuheri Kia and Clutha join. So it's been talked about since about 2011, but they're finally starting to get some headway and released a business plan earlier this week. And they're in process of gathering some funding now and hope to start work next year. So be a good boost for Alexandra, certainly.
Watch the space, yeah.
Certainly. We've got the latest on the evacuation of homes in St Clair because of concerns about a slip. Today, 2 more homeowners have been asked to leave their properties. So it's a total of 6 property owners out so close to Christmas. So a bit of an upheaval for them, but it'll be interesting to see where they go with that. On the arts pages, we catch up with the 2018 Robert Burns Fellow Ryan Gallagher. She spent a year writing poetry, so she tells us how she's managed that. And on the sporting front, we have a wrap to a bit of a soggy end to the first cricket test between New Zealand and Sri Lanka. Missed opportunity by the Black Caps, really dominated for 3 days. Couldn't take a wicket yesterday, and rain came today, and that was the end of it. So yeah, we've got a bit of a wrap of that, and we look forward to the Boxing Day test, which starts on Boxing Day, obviously. So that'll be the second test. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Craig.
All right, thank you.
And time now for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Molnap.
Tonight's southern view is of sunflowers in the rain. Looking at the situation, a weak easterly airflow brings low cloud and cool breezes to the Otago coast tomorrow, but it's due to be nicer inland. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect a grey day with highs of 19 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson can expect showers and 20 degrees. Blenheim is also in for a wet day and only 16. In Canterbury, a rainy day for Kaikoura with a high of 14 degrees. Christchurch and Ashburton are also due for steady showers with highs of 13 degrees. Looking at the southern centres, the Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore can expect light easterlies, some cloud and highs of 17 to 18 degrees. Over to central Otago, light easterlies, some cloud and 18 degrees for Queenstown, Alexandra and Wanaka. And Te Anau, you can look forward to a couple of degrees more with 20 degrees. Looking at the northern towns, Timaru and Oamaru are in for moderate easterlies, cloudy and 14 degrees. Further inland, Omarama and Twizel are due to have light easterlies and 16 degrees with a risk of showers. In Dunedin, showers tonight and southerlies with an overnight low of 10. Mostly cloudy tomorrow with breezy northeasterly winds. Some sunny periods may develop during the evening, a high of 13. Cloudy on Friday with rain developing during the afternoon, light easterlies and a high of 15 degrees. And in Invercargill, some mist and low cloud tonight with an overnight low of 8. Fine with high cloud on Friday and light westerly winds, pleasant temperatures with a high of 16. Sunny periods and some cloud on Thursday with light easterly winds and a predicted top temperature of 18 degrees. That's it from the team here at the South Today for tonight. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz, channel 39.co.nz, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.